Hello artists, we are going to be making a clay mug. So in order to do that, let's find out all the steps. So you can start with a template, and I am drawing on the design that I'm going to put on my mug eventually. And I'm using a rolling stamp for my design, so I'm just sort of trying to replicate it. We have several different rolling stamps or regular stamps that you can use, or you could carve your design in on your own. But I'm going to use the rolling stamp for this one. So you're going to cut out your template, and because of time, you're probably going to have to clip these together and put them in your folder so you have them ready to go for next day. So you've got lots of time to make your mug. Now when you do get your clay, you're going to roll it, and you want to make sure it's sort of an even thickness and that it's big enough for that template. All right, so keep checking the thickness of the clay. You don't want it too thick, but you don't want it too thin either. Keep making sure that the template will fit. All right, so mine was a little thick on one side, so I went back in and rolled it out a little bit. And then we're going to double check that the template fits. Yes. Okay, now before I cut out that template, I'm actually going to put the design on the clay with the rolling stamp. Because if I do it later, it's going to sort of change the size and shape of what I've cut out. So I'm just sort of covering the whole block of clay with my design. All right, now I'm going to take my potter's needle, and I'm just tracing the shape. I'm not cutting it all the way out just yet, but once I've got it traced, I can go back in with my potter's needle a little deeper and cut out that slab. All right, now we have the basis of our mug. Now we're gonna like wedge the rest of the clay together, and you're gonna roll it back out, and we're gonna cut out the other pieces that we need. Now of course the other pieces are the handle and the bottom, so I'm just gonna cut those straight out with my potter's needle. Didn't do a particularly neat job of this, but it'll all work out in the end. All right, so once we've got our pieces, then of course it's time to start assembling it. So I'm just gonna trim a little bit off the edge here, kind of make my edges a bit of an angle. And then I'm gonna put in I'm gonna score, and then I'm gonna add some slip. And then this is a little bit tricky. You're gonna sort of match up those pieces and blend them together. I know that's gonna sort of distort some of our design. I'm gonna try to do it as gently as possible. I'm going to use my blending tools to make sure that's blended on the inside and the outside of my mug, because we don't want it falling apart. All right, once we've done that, my base is a little bit small, so I'm just going to roll it, make it a little bit bigger. And again, score, slip, and blend the basis of your mug. All right. Okay, and we're going to blend that together. And of course, then we're going to start making our handle after we've attached the bottom. All right, so with the handle, oh, I'm going to put my name on the bottom. You need to do that too. I'm taking that handle template, and I'm just sort of bending it into a question mark shape. And I will show you this later when I do my live demo. But then you're going to attach it, again, scoring, slipping, and blending. And then afterwards, it might be a little bit soft. You might need to use the hair dryer to dry your mug a little bit so it's not so floppy when we do this. I'm just gonna take a brush and smooth out some of my edges. I can use a sponge too, and I'm going to use the brush for the inside because it's hard to get down to the bottom with the sponge. All right, once we've done that, it's going to look something like this, and then we will wait for it to dry and fire it, and then we will be glazing. That's our next step. All right, let's go forth and be brilliant.